Cool, man. 3, 2, 1. Christian, welcome to the podcast, man. It's great to see your face and great to chat.
Awesome, man. Thanks for you getting me on. It's been a while. I know you've had a few big dogs on here, so it's nice to get your little names on.
Come on, mate. You were one of the first guys that kind of helped supported the Rugby Bricks cause, and I've got to sort of give you credit for that. Like when you're starting anything, you kind of want people to help and get on board, and I'm always real thankful for you being one of the first guys to jump on the tee. So how's the goal kicking been going?
Yeah, it's been good, going well. Obviously, you sent a few tees out to the Brums boys as well, and they've experimented, and a lot of them have really liked them. So I guess the feedback was the main feedback we got is they're liking the material of it. It's like nice and soft and doesn't really impact your strike on the footy, and they played around with a few different tees. Obviously, Noah and that kicked in the final with the mid card and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, been going well, bro. It's something that's always a work in progress. You have your good days and bad days, but just watching your stuff helps keep it consistent.
Awesome, man. And thanks for organising that. It was so cool to see Noah kicking in the final with it. But even more pleasing, just getting the tees to the boys, and because I've been in the environment, I know what it's like when new boots come out or a new tee. Like if you can just get it to the training session, all the forwards come over and
all the boys just wanting to have a hit, man, and being cool, bro. But obviously I really liked the tees from the start. I'm kicking off the RB88, and see Hayden Parker was sharpshooter on that, and I thought, this must be something in today. So gave it a crack, and really enjoying it, man. I'm glad I get to sort of help, and appreciate your support in helping us with that stuff as well.
No worries, man. And kind of just to set up this chat. So there's two things that I want to talk to you about is your goal kicking for a start, and then also game driving. We get asked a lot about it. So we're going to do our best to kind of have a good convo that'll help players and coaches. When you're kicking the ball well, what are you doing well within your technique?
I guess just not rushing it. I think the times, because I sort of naturally have a right to left sort of hook on the ball, is like when I'm real fast in the rhythm and the approach, I feel like then I start sort of swiping across the footy. So just not really rushing and keeping it real slow. I like, I guess, your thoughts on stay slow and trust your timing. So I think that sort of really helps with just being real patient, I guess, at the start, and then knowing that your rhythm leading in will follow through, and then trying to stay through the footy. I did a bit of stuff with Mick Burnett over the World Cup, or just that sort of staying through your kicking line and not sort of wavering off that. And, I think that's been really helpful over the last little while. But when I first started out, Damien Hill, who's done some work with the Knights, and I think done a little bit of stuff at West Tigers League, NFL, not NFL, but like Gridiron and stuff in America. He helped me a lot with just my approach line and contact on the footy.
Yeah. Awesome. The one thing I am interested to talk to you about is kind of your mental and mindset when it comes to it, because I'm sure when you're down at Brumbies HQ and you're just on the training field, things are cool, calm and collected. But I mean, you've kicked in massive games, and I can sort of think back to the World Cup. What's kind of when a penalty is given or points is scored a try, how do you get into that process sort of thinking? Have you got a way of doing that?
A little bit. First of all, it's can I get the distance or not? That would be my first thought, is like, can I get it or not? And then I'll sort of give the skipper a nod if he wants me to have a crack, I will. And then it's just zoning into my process, like try and, I guess, stay as relaxed as I can. We talk about taking breaths and stuff like that, and just really calming myself so I can think clearly on my kicking approach. Kicking routine, sorry. And then trying to block out as many things as I can. It's quite hard as well in big matches. You get crowds and stuff like that. I found it quite weird kicking over in the UK when it's just dead silent.
Right.
Those are pretty cool when they're like, respect the kicker, and the signs go up on the screen. You're like, geez, I want a bit of noise, you know. It's just like, all eyes are on you and focusing on that. But then it's just sort of zoning back into I guess you're kicking routine. That sort of just helps me. You do that all day, every day at your training. And then when you get back into games and things like that, I don't know. I sort of just, I guess you've got that thing where you're just locked in. I see one of those clips where you're trying to put, what's the Kramer, maybe the Laurie Kramer?
Laurie,
yeah, like trying to throw kicking tees or throw a chat like that helps a lot. I think.
Cool.
In keeping you locked in.
Yeah, it's so cool you brought that up, because I think it's such a thing that people need to learn. Like, it doesn't really matter what the noise is, who's yelling, who's giving you grief or silence. Like, it's that state of being able to deal with it. In a really good week where you've nailed your prep, you've got the boys ready, plus your own role. Like, I'm interested for you to kind of talk us through a week of what would the perfect week look like when you are trying to lead a team like you did so often.
You're obviously reviewing your previous week or where you want to improve from training to help you, I guess, focus on what you need to fix rather than what you didn't do as well from an opposition putting you under pressure, but making sure your system and what you've trained all pre-season is right. And then you sort of preview the opposition and seeing where the opportunities are going to be, whether that's in your set piece attack, whether that's in your multi-phase plays and your kick strategy. So you're trying to identify all of those opportunities. And then once you're clear on those, which is usually Monday, roughly, the coach have done a lot of the work to nail that down. You sit down with, the game callers and drivers to be able to get the clear understanding. And once you're clear with exactly, because you've done your work as well, to be able to look over a side and dissect where you think attacking opportunities or defensive opportunities are, and then really trying to practice that in your Monday will look like an install where you run through some plays where you think that are going to work, and then Tuesday's putting it under a little bit more speed and pressure building to your Wednesday, and then you're focusing on your plays a little bit and watching what they're going to do to you.
Yeah, I'm interested in like how much of your week is full with like little chats. Like, there's team meetings, but then there's also coffees, walking to the field, car park. Like, were you always kind of sort of touch with a winger, a hooker, a prop, just that little tiny chat just to all get on the same page?
Yeah, I think that's getting better and better as they go. Like, obviously, there's so many meetings you have in a day as well, but it's the side meetings that you have on walking from the change room to the field. It's like, oh, I remember what we ran yesterday. You could have done this a bit better, or this is what we're looking for from you on this line. Little chats like that are handy, and whether that's talking to your halfback of the tempo and speed that you want for the ball and where to find you, and then to your outside backs calling the space that you need to hear, and then your job is just to get them the footy as best you can and as quick as you can. So I think those are really important. I had that down in my notes as well. Just making sure, because you get home and you think, and looking over footage again on either your iPad or phone or whatever from training, and you're like, I need to tell him that, or I need to run him, need him to run this line to stop this defender, because you can see it happening in training. And then they obviously get an understanding as well of what you're wanting from them and then what you want to see as a team.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of the beauty of rugby, is it's not simple, and and that's why the best teams kind of continue to be great, because it's all the stuff you just don't know about that they do well, like these conversations. It sounds like you're someone who didn't switch off, like you had the notepad out, the iPad. Would that be right?
Yeah, it's hard, especially as a game driver. I guess the older I got, I think the more I was sort of in tune to what we needed to run as a team and what I felt I needed. As a younger player, I was sort of coming in through, I sort of had like more luck in that, who just, they'd call something and I'm there, I would listen to that and just execute my role as best. But getting a bit senior and being able to find a bit more control and be a bit more demanding, I felt like, probably didn't switch off as much. Just always thinking of ways to get better, thinking of ways to help the team get better and others individually as well.
Yeah. From that back to driving the game plan, obviously coaches do a lot of review, clips, moves, whatever, put together. Was there stages in the week where guys like yourself or line-out leaders, halfbacks, stand in front of a group and present?
Yeah, I think that's when it's a bit more impactful, when your game leaders are standing up and presenting a few things. Obviously, the coaches need to do and show what they need to show. But sometimes I guess teams will have their players in there with the coaches, so then everyone's aligned, and then they'll ask a player to get up and present. And I think when you're hearing one of your own teammates or your game drivers talk about a plan, that's a bit more. I guess you get a bit more buy-in from that. Guys have a lot more belief in, okay, this is what he's seeing and this is what he wants from us. So all we got to do is do our part in that.
I also think sometimes it's a little bit fake, like someone gets up and presents, just reads a script and then sits down. But I think the more impactful ones are the guys who research, knows their shit. This is what's happening. Ask me questions afterwards. It's his plan, not just a script.